Did you know that every year, more than 795,000 people in the United States have a stroke, and nearly 75% of them are over the age of 60? What is especially alarming is that many of these cases happen during sleep with no warning signs and no pain. One morning, you might simply wake up unable to lift your arm, speak clearly, or keep your balance. This is not just because of age or underlying conditions. Many older adults are unknowingly increasing their risk of stroke due to a habit that may seem healthy. According to Tufts University, up to 65% of people over 60 are taking dietary supplements, but only 1 in 10 truly understands what their body actually needs. In today's article, I will share 5 real-life stories about common vitamins that may seriously harm your brain when used the wrong way. If you are over 60, please read all the way to the end. This could be the information that helps you stay healthier and more clear-minded every single day. The first vitamin is vitamin D. If you think vitamin D is simply good for your bones and immune system, you are not alone. Most people over the age of 60 have heard the advice to take extra vitamin D to prevent bone loss and strengthen immunity. This is not wrong, but it is missing a very important part. When you take vitamin D at the wrong dose, at the wrong time, or in the wrong way, it can damage your blood vessels, raise your blood pressure, and even worse, cause a stroke during sleep. I want to tell you the true story of Mr. Walter, 74 years old, a veteran who once served in the U.S. Navy. He was a very disciplined man. Every morning, he carefully arranged his supplements. One of them was a high-dose vitamin D pill with 10 nullis, which he bought from a local supplement store. He had no idea that this dose was many times higher than what his body actually needed. One morning, his wife found him partially paralyzed on the right side, unable to speak clearly. When he was taken to the hospital, doctors confirmed that he had a stroke. His blood tests showed high calcium levels, stiffened blood vessels, and unstable blood pressure. All of these are classic signs of vitamin D toxicity, a condition that many people do not recognize. When you take too much vitamin D, your body absorbs a large amount of calcium from food. If this calcium exceeds the safe level, your body will send it to the blood vessels and soft tissues. At that point, the blood vessels begin to calcify, lose flexibility, and are more likely to form blood clots. This is especially dangerous for those who already have high blood pressure or poor sleep. According to research from Tufts University, the safe dose of vitamin D for healthy older adults is usually about 600 to 800 IU per day. However, many products on the market today contain 5,000 or even 10,000 IU in a single pill. Many people believe that more is better, while in fact, the body only needs a very small amount each day. What is important to know is that the harm does not happen right away. It builds up quietly over several weeks or even months. When a stroke happens, there are often no early warning signs. That is why getting regular blood tests to check your vitamin D level is extremely important. And if you are taking heart medication, diuretics, or calcium supplements, be sure to talk to your doctor before continuing to take vitamin D. It is also best to take vitamin D in the morning and not at night. When your body is resting, its ability to process nutrients slows down. This increases the risk of buildup and imbalance in the blood. Understanding the type of vitamin you are taking, knowing how to read product labels, and not increasing the dose on your own is the best way to protect your blood vessels and prevent unnecessary risks to your brain. If you think vitamin D already carries many risks, then the next vitamin may surprise you even more. It is one that is often believed to be good for the heart, but if used the wrong way, it can cause serious bleeding in the brain. The second vitamin is vitamin E. When it comes to vitamin E, many people immediately think of a healthy heart, beautiful skin, and a sharp memory. Television ads, magazines, and supplement labels often highlight the benefits of this vitamin. But there is something that few people talk about. High doses of vitamin E can increase the risk of brain bleeding, especially in those who are taking heart medications or blood thinners. I once met a typical case, Mrs. Evelyn, 81 years old, living in Ohio, was a former librarian who loved books and loved life. She had a heart valve condition and was being treated with warfarin, a medication that helps prevent abnormal blood clots. Her health indicators were quite stable until she read an article in a magazine about how vitamin E could boost memory. She ordered a bottle of soft gel capsules containing 800 IU per pill and began taking one each day, hoping to stay mentally sharp. As she aged, 3 weeks later, she was rushed to the hospital with a severe headache, vomiting, and speech difficulties. A brain scan revealed that she had suffered an intracerebral hemorrhage, which is bleeding inside the brain. There was no sign of a fall, and her blood pressure was normal. Eventually, the cause was found to be the dangerous combination of blood thinners and high-dose vitamin E. Many people do not realize that vitamin E, when taken in large amounts, acts like a natural blood thinner. It slows down blood clotting, which is already being regulated by medication in people with heart conditions. When these two effects are combined, the blood becomes too thin, and even a small blood vessel breaking in the brain can lead to serious consequences. According to recommendations, older adults only need about 15 milligrams of vitamin E per day, which is equal to 22 international units. However, many products on the market contain 200 sb or even 1 nulles IU per capsule. These numbers may seem small, but if you take them daily for many years or are taking heart medications, the risk will grow over time. After treatment, Mrs. Evelyn recovered slowly. She had trouble walking. Her short-term memory declined, and she needed a cane for support. During her follow-up visit, she had tears in her eyes and said that she only wanted to help herself stay healthy, but never expected to harm her own body. Her story made me reflect deeply. Many older adults believe that because it is a vitamin, it must be safe. But the truth is, not all vitamins are harmless, especially when combined with medications for the heart or blood pressure. If you are taking aspirin, warfarin, or any medication that affects blood clotting, you should be very careful with vitamin E. Always read the product label. Remember the proper dose and talk to your doctor before adding any supplements. After vitamin E, there is still another vitamin that many believe is a miracle for memory and the nervous system, but if taken in excess, it can lead to numbness in the hands and feet, dizziness, and permanent nerve damage. The third vitamin is vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 is often advertised as helping improve memory, support the nerves, boost energy, and maintain brain function in older adults. On the packaging of many products, you will easily find phrases like brain support, nerve health, or mental alertness. But in reality, not everyone needs such a high amount of B6. And if taken in large doses over a long period, vitamin B6 can quietly damage the peripheral nerves, leading to loss of sensation, muscle weakness, and even loss of balance. One of the patients I will never forget is Mr. Harold, 76 years old, a former long-distance truck driver from Kansas. He came to the clinic with both hands numb while holding the steering wheel. His legs felt like ants were crawling on them, and sometimes he could not stay steady while walking from the living room to the kitchen. He thought it was just aging and stiff joints. But nerve testing revealed clear signs of peripheral nerve damage. When I asked him about the supplements he was taking, he brought out a bottle labeled for seniors with claims of supporting memory and brain circulation. Each capsule contained 100 milligrams of vitamin B6, and he had been taking 2 capsules every day for almost a year. That means he was consuming 200 milligrams per day, which is 10 to 15 times higher than the safe recommended dose for people over 60. The important thing to know is that vitamin B6 does not leave the body quickly. Instead, it tends to build up in nerve tissues, where it gradually weakens the myelin sheath that protects the nerves. As this sheath thins out, nerve signals become disturbed. This causes sensations like numbness, burning, hand tremors, or mild electric shocks in the fingers and toes. In later stages, it can be hard to grip objects, walk steadily, or avoid sudden falls. According to the U.S. Institute of Medicine, older adults only need about 5 to 2 milligrams of vitamin B6 each day. This already includes what you get from food like chicken, salmon, bananas, or potatoes. But in reality, many people take extra brain-boosting supplements that contain 50 IPA or even 200 milligrams without checking the ingredients or talking to a doctor. In Mr. Harold's case, The damage was not yet too severe and stopped getting worse after he discontinued the supplement. However, he still needed a cane to walk and had to give up driving. He once shared that all he wanted was to stay mentally sharp so he could care for his aging wife. But instead, he became the one needing care. His story is a reminder that not everything labeled as brain support is safe, especially for bodies over the age of 60. If you are taking any supplement, take a moment to read the label and ask yourself whether you might be getting too much vitamin B6. Coming up next, I will tell you another true story about a familiar vitamin that is often thought to be good for the eyes and skin. But if taken the wrong way, it can raise pressure inside the skull and cause symptoms that resemble a stroke. The fourth vitamin is vitamin A. Vitamin A has long been known as an essential nutrient for the eyes, skin, and immune system. Many older adults take vitamin A daily, hoping to maintain their vision and slow down aging. But very few people know that if taken the wrong way or in high doses for a long time, vitamin A can cause a condition called intracranial hypertension. This creates symptoms that closely resemble a stroke, such as headaches, blurry vision, dizziness, and speech difficulties. Mrs. Dorothy, 79 years old, living in Oregon, was a retired piano teacher. She taught lessons at home and always took good care of herself. For over 5 years, she had taken one daily supplement for eye and skin health, which contained about 10,000 units of vitamin A. She never thought a small vitamin could cause harm. Over time, she began experiencing dull headaches, especially in the mornings, followed by gradually worsening vision and trouble keeping her balance. When her family took her to the doctor, suspecting a stroke, the brain scan showed no bleeding or blood clots. Instead, she was diagnosed with intracranial hypertension, a condition that happens when cerebrospinal fluid does not circulate properly and builds up pressure inside the brain. The cause was found to be long-term buildup of excess vitamin A, which overwhelmed the liver and disrupted fluid regulation in the brain. Vitamin A is fat-soluble, which means it does not leave the body easily. When it accumulates, it can harm the liver and also affect the central nervous system. Older adults have slower metabolism, so the risk of toxic buildup is even higher when taken continuously without medical guidance. According to recommendations, older adults should only take about 500 to 3 units of vitamin A per day if truly needed and always under medical supervision. However, many eye and anti-aging supplements on the market contain double or even triple that amount. If taken for years, the consequences are hard to avoid. In Mrs. Dorothy's case, her condition gradually improved after she stopped taking vitamin A, but she still needed regular eye checkups and physical therapy. She once said that all she wanted was to do something good for her health, but never expected to put pressure on her brain. Instead, this is a reminder for all of us that even the most familiar vitamins can cause harm if we do not understand how they work. If you are taking any supplements for eye health, skincare, or anti-aging, check the amount of vitamin A and how long you have been using them. Sometimes, just one small change today can help protect your memory, eyesight, and clarity tomorrow. The next story will surprise you even more. There is a vitamin that is often used to support heart health and reduce cholesterol, but if taken in excess, it can cause blood pressure swings, heart rhythm problems, and even a mild stroke in the morning. The fifth vitamin is vitamin B3. Niacin, also known as vitamin B3, is an essential nutrient often used to support heart health and manage cholesterol. Many older adults believe that taking niacin daily is a natural way to protect their heart, but what few people are warned about is that high doses of niacin can cause blood pressure swings, irregular heart rhythms, and lead to a transient ischemic attack, also known as a mini stroke. Mr. Frank, 82 years old, living in Florida, is a typical example. A retired mail carrier, he still kept the habit of morning walks and paid attention to his diet. However, in recent weeks, he started to feel flushed in the face each morning with a racing heart, feelings of anxiety, and occasional dizziness. His wife thought it was just aging, and he assumed it might be his blood pressure medication. When he came for a checkup, his blood pressure and heart readings were mostly normal. But when I asked about his supplements, he said he was taking a heart support product from a health website. Each capsule contained 100 milligrams of niacin, and he was taking 2 a day for a total of 2 null milligrams. That is more than 60 times the recommended amount for older adults What he did not know is that niacin at high doses has a strong vasodilating effect. It causes blood vessels to suddenly widen and then quickly narrow again. This sudden shift puts pressure on the vessel walls and causes unusual blood pressure changes. In older adults, especially those with a history of heart problems, these blood pressure swings can reduce blood flow to the brain, leading to slurred speech, loss of balance, or even a brief stroke lasting just a few minutes. That is exactly what happened to Mr. Frank. One early morning, while getting ready for his walk, he suddenly could not speak clearly. He felt dizzy and had to sit down to rest. It only lasted about 2 minutes and then passed on its own, but it was a serious warning sign. After stopping the supplement, his flushing and heart palpitations decreased significantly, and his blood pressure became more stable. However, he still needed regular checkups to monitor his heart health. According to experts from Harvard University, older adults who wish to take niacin for heart support should be under medical supervision and should not exceed 50 milligrams per day without a specific prescription. The concern is that many products on the market, even those advertised as safe or non-flushing, can still affect blood pressure if used over time. If you are taking heart or cholesterol supplements, check the niacin content on the label. Do not let a pill that seems harmless become the cause of serious problems for your brain and heart. And if you have ever experienced flushing, a racing heart, or dizziness after taking one, take it as a signal that your body is trying to warn you. Through these 5 real-life stories, you have seen that even the most familiar vitamins can become dangerous if not used properly. From vitamin D to vitamin E, from B6 to A and niacin, all of them are found in many supplements sold widely, but not everyone knows how much is enough, when to take them, or whether they are suitable for their body. Stroke, nerve damage, brain bleeding, or blood pressure disorders do not always come from existing illnesses. Sometimes they start with those small pills that you believe are helping you stay healthy. The important thing is not to be afraid of vitamins, but to understand them, know what your body truly needs, and what risks you may have. After the age of 60, every pill you take should be carefully considered. Your body no longer absorbs or eliminates substances the same way it did when you were younger. If you are taking any supplements, check them again today. Read the product label, calculate the dosage, talk to your doctor if needed, and listen to the small signals from your body. And if you want to take a safer, more sustainable path, return to real food, clean water, enough sleep, and gentle movement every day. These simple things may be the most powerful medicine to help you keep your memory, clarity, and long-term independence. If you found this article helpful, please share it so your loved ones can be protected too. And do not forget to subscribe for more natural health content for older adults in the future.